When Cupid strikes, it's easy to believe that your relationship is perfect. But realistically, do you think you're more or less happy than the average couple? This is Why Are We All So Stupid?
The show that explores the cognitive biases that lead us to make irrational decisions.
I'm Sarah Silverstein.
And I'm Adam Grant. Overconfidence, I think we do see it in almost every domain of life. We know that people think that they're smarter, they're better looking, they're better drivers even than the average person. Over 90% of people think they're a better driver than average. I really want to meet the people who know and admit that they're worse than average.
I'm a terrible driver.
I'm an excellent driver. I'm a terrible parker, though.
We asked people what % of relationships are happier than theirs.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic about it, but also not totally pessimistic about our own relationship.
I've never ever met anybody that had a better relationship and a better marriage than we have. 100%.
That is nice. That is nice. I think that there might be somebody.
I've never met them. I've never met them.
No one.
20. I think I'm 95% happier than the rest of the world
Gotcha.
with our marriage.
Okay. I feel bad that I put 15 now.
No, don't feel bad.
Yeah. What she said.
20?
Next, we asked them, what's the probability that their marriage ends in divorce?
You still working a little bit? It's a percentage, honey.
I wrote less.
You wrote less. That's good. I was figuring that we're less than 50%, right? You get married, you have a 1 in 2 chance of getting divorced. We're definitely less than that.
Oh, 8%. Okay.
What does yours say?
I like him.
Oh. There we go.
That's funny.
So we're realistic, 1%, right?
Yeah. I said statistics. I mean, anything's possible, right?
Yeah, that's
What's
what
the
exactly
rate?
what I
Isn't
said.
it 50%
I think
or
it's
something
like
crazy?
70.
There's got to be a
almost
little.
now, Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what that little 1.1% is right there.
Acts
just
of
in
God.
case.
Who knows?
Our couples on average said they thought only 11% of relationships were happier than theirs. But we can't all be above average, though most of us think we are. And on average, people felt their probability of divorce was only 5%. We all know it's much higher than that. So why are we all so stupid?
Well, I think there are 3 reasons why that could happen. The first one is that they're lying to you. They just don't want to admit it. The second is self-deception. They're lying to themselves, and they don't want to admit it to themselves or each other. But the third is that most of us suffer from that kind of overconfidence. When you go to think about, well, what is the average person's marriage like? You want to feel good about your marriage, and so you start to think about the most miserable couples you know, and that's also the availability heuristic in action a little bit, right? Because you're changing what's salient to you. But then you come out of that and you say to yourself, you know what? I know a lot of people who have gotten divorced. I know a bunch of other people who are heading that way for sure. We're great.
And so if you're trying to overcome the overconfidence bias, which most of us aren't trying to, but if you are, is there a way to combat that?
Well, I think you want to start with objective information. I think if you're in a situation where there are real quality signals, you need access to those. And so if you think you can sing, you might want to try out for American Idol and find out if you can sing. I think the problem is for a lot of us, what we're good at is subjective. It's a matter of taste, as opposed to objective quality. And I think we then need feedback sources that we can really trust, who will let us know whether our work is good or not. The problem is, though, that can push us too far. And what you really don't want is J.K. Rowling to say, 6 publishers rejected Harry Potter. I guess I can't write.
Yeah, that's why we have so many, people keep opening restaurants and people keep getting married and we still have entrepreneurs and people trying to write young adult novels. So that's good.
Yeah, I think confidence is we know it's powerful for motivation. It's a huge force behind grit and persistence. The problem is, though, that sometimes it leads us to persist with the wrong choices, the wrong projects, the wrong partners. And so, we just need to be a little bit careful. It's a tightrope walk and you can fall off either side.
From earlier when I was talking about how difficult I am, I was just like, I could see her just being like, I think we're done here.
He's 10% more difficult than I am,
yeah,
I
there
guess.
you go. So I'd be like, yeah, all right. So, yeah. So far, I've been enjoying myself.
Yeah. No, I think that we have a 75% chance of success.
Nice.
Next time on Why Are We All So Stupid? Do you think there are over or under 6,000 jelly beans in this jar? How many jelly beans do you think there are exactly? Follow our page so you don't miss an episode.